Hey everyone, it's Phil. I wanted to do a quick haul video. It's actually three different hauls, but they're all from Midtown Comics. So I kind of wanted to talk about my experience with them and some of the books that I picked up there. The first one I got, and actually this first haul was almost entirely based just on the covers. Um, this is Aquaman number 28. This is the variant Joshua Middleton cover. For a while there, I was trying to pick up all of the covers that he did, but there's so many of them that I've actually kind of given up on that, especially since I wasn't really I hadn't started when when the book first came out, or when the series first started. But I thought this one was particularly nice, so I went ahead and got it. After that, we'll do some Adam Hughes books. No surprise there, since he's probably one of the best currently working cover artists. This is Betty and Veronica number one. I actually had found issues 2 and 3 from this series at a half price books. So I wanted to get number one just to complete the set, and because his work is just the best. And I also picked up Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica number one, also with an Adam Hughes cover. You got all of that interaction there. And the last Adam Hughes book I picked up was Supergirl Rebirth number one. And I'm pretty sure that this is not the first issue of the ongoing series. This is just the one shot that kind of kicked it off. All those DC characters had Rebirth one shots before their regular series actually started. And this one's Supergirl's, and they got Adam Hughes to do the cover. Next, I got more Supergirl. I picked up all the Art Germ covers that I was missing, because I found some of them locally. The only one I actually don't have is 12, which is too bad because that was the first one and it's actually the hardest one to find. But they're all really nice looking. That was 13. This one's 14. What is that? Number 15. I like how they all present Supergirls from different eras. And yes, 16 through, what is the most recent one? 20. I found all of those locally. The last one that I got from that particular Midtown haul had nothing to do with the cover. It was Howard the Duck number one. And I got this just because it was the first story appearance of the Gwenpool character, who I don't really know all that much about, but and it's not even really her first appearance because she first showed up on that Deadpool variant cover, but it's the first story that has her in it. And I just thought, I don't know, maybe it's a long-term spec book. It doesn't really have much value to me other than that. I don't think it's really worth anything right now. Maybe $5, but which, come to think of it, it's actually cover price. I don't know. Maybe it's like $6. But it was cheap because it was on sale, so I thought, why not? Now this next haul, I got these 4 issues. They were all variant covers. I picked up Doctor Strange number 381. This is a variant edition. I actually got this one because I was looking for this particular issue. I kind of wanted to get the first issue from the Loki Sorcerer Supreme story arc. Not for any particular reason, really. Just, again, another long-term spec. But Midtown was doing a sale on variants and back issues, so they had this one. I decided to pick it up. I thought it looked pretty cool. It's, what is it, like maybe a 1 in 10 incentive cover. And, you know, it looks like Doctor Strange is moving out of his mansion. It's kind of an understated cover, but I like it. It's cool. There is a problem with it, which I'll get to at the end of this particular set of 4. I also picked up this incentive Jack Kirby remastered cover for Marvel 2-in-1 #1. I really like the artwork, of course, Kirby, it's great, and I like the recolored, the way they made it look. It's very melancholy. I dig it. Again, that's another incentive cover. I don't think it's too rare, but it's maybe a 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 25. I'm not really sure. I also picked up a couple of variant covers for Amazing Spider-Man 798. This is the Terry Dodson cover. And I picked up the Young Guns Javier Garrón cover. I really like the clean covers with not a lot of text on them, not a lot of clutter. But the problem with this particular set is that it seemed like when somebody at Midtown was packaging it up to send it to me, they took all 4 issues and kind of slammed them down on something, and the corners, I don't know how easy it is to see, but the corners are bent. So the condition on them was, I mean, otherwise they're perfect, but with that one little defect, well, let's just say even if I got them pressed, they'll never be 9/8. They'll probably never even be 9/6s or 9/4s. Moving on to the final Midtown haul. I wanted to give them another try and see if that happened again, and it didn't, fortunately. So these books came in good shape. I picked up a few issues of Action Comics #1000 for 15% off. I figured I'd get a few of them. I got the regular Jim Lee cover. I got the 1960s Mike Allred cover, which I really like. And I really like that they did the whole checkbox thing across the top too. I thought that was pretty cool. And I got the 1980s, I think that's the 80s, Joshua Middleton cover. And I went ahead and I started getting some of the others as well at my regular store. They're holding them for me, and I'm just getting one a week. So eventually I'll have the whole set, and by the time I do, I'm sure Detective 1000 will be out and I'll have to do it all over again. The last 2 books that I got from this Midtown haul, I got the variant edition for Exiles #1. This is another spec book, just in case this particular iteration of the Valkyrie character ever kind of takes off and her first appearance is sought after. I don't know if she actually appears in the interior of this book, but she is on the cover. She's on the regular cover as well, but this is one that I think it's a 1 in 25 incentive, and it spotlights her, so I figured why not. And the last one I picked up was Batman #45. This is the variant Jim Lee cover, which I really like. I think it looks really nice. And I was not able to find it in any of my local stores, so I went ahead and picked it up at Midtown. Anyway, that's kind of what I got. I really do wish my books, those 4 books, hadn't been damaged, but nothing I can do about that, I guess. So that'll be it for now.